And then I give an introduction. All right, everybody, welcome to our performance seminar today for Wednesday, the 2nd of July. This is our 6:30 session, and we have two performers here with us. So I would like to open up the floor, excuse me, to Miss Tesla. So Tesla, when you're ready, introduce yourself, the name of your piece, and the composer.
Hello, my name is Tessa, and I will be playing Bagatelle in G by N. Faber.
Oh, Tesla, can you put it on original sound?
Right.
Yeah, and then just start again. Bravo, Miss Tesla. Is this your first time performing this in seminar?
No.
No, you've played this in seminar before?
Actually, no. This is my first one.
This is your first time performing Bagatelle in seminar, right? Great. So how was that performance for you? Why don't you run us through some of the good stuff?
So, the starting was pretty good. I'm pretty sure the first repetition was okay. But then, the second one, I got a little more nervous, so maybe one or two mistakes. I don't know.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine that you got nervous. The most important thing is that you kept going, right? You kept
Yeah.
going. What are some areas that you want to improve for next time? Nerves aside, musically, what do you want to keep improving?
Probably, the second line of second page.
Second line of the second page. Okay. What about it do you want to improve?
Actually, no, the first line of the second page and the second line.
First line of the second page. Oh, this line, this here. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
It's kind of confusing because, left hand, right hand are not playing the same thing at the same time.
That's right. That's right. So this is why you have to break this right down into small groups. All right. You got to break it down into, okay, I'm just going to study this. Ya, dun, 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 dun. Same note. This one here does what's known as an Alberti bass, where it goes up by a fifth, down by a third, up by a fifth, right? Or it just goes back and forth like a seesaw. That's an Alberti bass.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that there, you just have a look carefully. These two notes over here, where is it? These two notes over here are going in the same direction. And then this note goes up in the same direction, but this one here stays the same. Little things like that, right? So you really want to program the hand every two notes. Yeah?
Yeah.
After a while, you won't need to do such micro study. You'll be able to just see it and be able to play it straight away. But for now, if you really want to coordinate much clearer, just break it down into small groups. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Skylar, what are some things that Tesla did in her performance that you thought she did really well? Anything in particular?
The dynamics were good.
Mm-hmm. Dynamics are good. Nice. Anything else in particular?
No, not really.
All right. What about her tempo?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah. What about the tempo? Did you feel was pretty good?
Like it was really even.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so too. It's funny that you say that though, because I thought in general it was pretty even, but there was one spot though that was a little slower. Do you know where that was, Tesla?
I was kind of nervous, so I didn't really pay attention.
That's okay. That's okay. It was here, this line over here, which I found interesting. I thought that perhaps these here would be slower, but it was this here. Bum, 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 bum. This one here actually was slower than the original tempo. So just keep that in mind. Listen back to this recording. It'll help out, yeah? Just do a little bit of metronome work. I thought in general that your playing was really energetic. It was clear to listen to, and it was confident, all right? I couldn't really fault it. If now the next thing to do is just think about your tempo. Think about bringing out even more clear articulation, these staccatos, these slurs and staccatos, yada. And then listen back to your dynamics to see whether this is the best that you can do with your dynamics, or you think you can create greater contrast. Okay? I especially love the ending though. This was great. You're always really good at making big sounds. Okay, cool. Excellent. Well done, Tesla. All right, let's continue moving. All right, Mr. Skylar, it is now your turn. So why don't you go ahead and introduce your name, the name of your piece, and who wrote it?
I'm playing Musette in D by Bach.
And what's your name?
My name is Skylar.
Nice. Bravo, Skylar. And this is your first performance seminar as well. Strong performance for your first seminar. How was that performance for you?
I was kind of nervous.
Yeah, but even though you were nervous, do you feel that your delivery was still pretty strong?
Yeah.
Nice, congrats. So that shows that you're preparing the piece thoroughly. You know exactly what's happening in the right hand and left hand, right? At all times. What are some things that you're happy with about that performance?
Like I didn't get any wrong notes.
That's a plus. All right. Though if you did, that's okay. You know, as long as you just keep playing, have some fun with it. Okay. Number 2, what else did you feel that went really well?
The tempo,
Yes.
good.
Yes, tempo was good. Anything else in particular?
No.
All right. Well, let's go over to Tesla then. Tesla, why don't you name a couple of things that you felt Skylar did well, and maybe some tips for next time?
The dynamics feels really good.
Yeah, they were good. All right. Really clear. Anything else about his playing, his articulation or tempo or tone?
The tempo was steady.
Good. And then do you feel that he managed to capture the character of the
Yeah.
piece? How he played? Was it a boring performance?
Nope. Well, I think it was like a little slow though. A
Okay.
little bit, like slightly.
Okay. So do you feel that if he played it a little quicker, it'll make it a little bit more exciting, or what would that do?
Like slightly quicker. Not too quick though.
Skylar, is this your final tempo, or are you planning to play it a little faster?
Faster.
Yeah? Okay, so do you agree with Tesla that it could be a little faster?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, nice. Good. Thanks for your ideas, Tesla. Yeah, I agree with both of you. I thought that your dynamics were pretty strong. You had a pretty good tempo that was steady the whole way through, Skylar. So that made it easy to follow, right? It wasn't going up and down in tempo. if anything, maybe you can start thinking a little bit about balance. Sometimes the left hand was at the same volume, if not slightly louder than the right hand. If the right hand has the melody, what should the left hand do?
Be quieter.
Yeah, slightly quieter. Yeah. I think in general your balance was pretty good, but there were some spots where the left hand bum 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 was just a little bit heavy. What did you think about your articulation? Do you think that your staccatos were clear and your slurs were clear?
I
How
don't
would you-
know.
Okay, so this is something. Yeah.
I wasn't
ahead.
really paying attention to that.
So maybe this is something that you can pay attention to for next time when you start practicing.
Okay.
How clear your staccatos are when you play. Right? Are you pulling your finger at the keys to make them nice and short? Then when you play these slurs of a staccato, right? Are you dropping and then rolling forward? Yada da 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 ba ba ba. There's a lot of detail, right? There's a lot of detail here, and so your hands have to move a certain way to be able to bring out that articulation. I think for the most part you've got it, but you can still do more, enhance it just a wee bit, yeah? So I would suggest watch this recording back. Watch the recording back, then you'll be able to see and hear what you did and areas that you can improve for next time. Because like you said, when you play, you don't really know what's going on. But as you improve, you'll start to be more aware of how you sound, yeah? All right, Tesla, do you have any more comments for Skylar, or is that it?
That's it.
All right, cool. Well, that brings us to the end of the class. Thanks so much for performing and giving really sound advice to one another. Do watch this video back. You'll get it posted up on the dashboard so that you can observe and evaluate for next time. But until then, have a great rest of the week. Don't forget that tomorrow's the last day of Oak Cliff, and then we've got a 3-day weekend for Independence Day. And then we'll start up again on Monday. All right, take care. Thanks, Tesla. Thank you, Skylar. Welcome to